The first one we want to look at is a chain isomer. So chain isomers have the same molecular formula, but they have a different arrangement of the carbon skeleton. So what does that actually mean? Well, we can show what that means by looking at butane and methylpropane. So let's start with butane. Here is butane. So butane has 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons, and it has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hydrogens. So therefore, its molecular formula would be C4H10. Now with an isomer, I don't want to change the molecular formula. And if we're using the model kits, the easiest way to make sure that we know that we've got isomers is if we change this model in some way, but don't add or subtract anything from it, because then we know we've got the same number of atoms of each type in our final product. So one of the ways that we can do this, and if you're looking at chain isomers, the simplest way to think about this is we're actually changing the length of the chain. So we're going to move something somewhere to change the length of the chain. So in this case, the simplest way for me to do that is to remove a methyl group off the end and substitute it for one of my now middle hydrogens. If I do that, you can see that I haven't actually changed the number or type of any of the atoms. So I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons, and I still have my 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hydrogens. So the formula is still the same, but now we've got a different compound. Now, when we name this compound, the longest chain is 1, 2, 3 carbons in it, not 4. So this now becomes a propane, but there's this little group above the way that I've oriented it, which is a methyl group. So this would be methyl propane. So it has the same molecular formula as butane, but it has a different chain length. We now have an additional side branch we didn't have on butane, and we have a smaller main chain. So now we have only 3 carbons in the main chain rather than 4. So we can draw each of these. Butane has 4 in the main chain, and methylpropane has 3 in the main chain. The extra carbon is actually coming off as a side chain, and then we just make sure we've got 4 bonds around each of our carbons, and once we've put all our functional groups in, then everything else becomes hydrogens. So this obviously takes a little bit of time as you're getting used to writing and drawing all of these different types of compounds. But what we've shown is that we've got 2 isomers. They both have the same molecular formula, C4H10, but they have different chain lengths, and so therefore we call these chain isomers.